our weekly box office report.
Yes, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I would say it performed below expectations, but wouldn't say not. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I was kind of anticipating it coming in below 100 million.
Yeah.
Um, just because now you're seeing some reports online with a much inflated number. That's because Box Office Mojo accidentally
Accidentally.
counted the U.S. Income twice.
uh,
Well, and it took them a while to correct the number. Even when I looked it up on Wikipedia just a minute ago, Wikipedia is still showing the inflated number down here that basically represents the well, what if you took the international box office and then added the American box office twice for the first weekend?
yeah.
Now, if they'd actually made that, that would have been a very commanding opening.
Hmm.
As it is, we're probably looking at another typical modern Marvel where it's gonna it's going to trend kind of low on its trend line, although it isn't beneath the trend line like a lot of them have been. So it's
Yeah.
all done. Although it's also
Yes.
like 30 to 60 million behind the rest of them at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we commented last week, it seems like everybody was instructed to, or I shouldn't put it quite so negatively. It seems like people are varying degrees of impressed with Kang's actor, but it just kind
Hmm.
of sounds like it's a kind of a visual mess.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and every time I see Modoc, I'm like, oh God, no.
When Chris Gore compared the way MODOK ended up looking to Thumbtanic, I was like, oh God. I used to own and love all of those Thumb movies, and yes, he does look like one of those animated thumbs.
Yeah, yeah, ugh. Yeah. It's yeah. From everything I've heard, like I think both. It sounds like the usual suspects from both sides don't like this movie very much,
Hmm.
and let's be honest, like Ant-Man is not not a top tier hero. I mean,
No.
he's a pretty niche hero, and and I'll be on. I think we talked about this before. Um, I don't think either one of us really cared for the Ant-Man movies.
I liked the first one quite a bit. The second
Yeah,
one, I have to say, is the worst Marvel movie I've actually bothered to see.
yeah. I didn't. The first one I thought was okay, but yeah, the second one I found incredibly dull.
And I would rather watch something bad than dull.
Yeah, yeah, same here.
Now let's go ahead and run some numbers just for the fun of it. So if we're looking at a $200 million budget, because it's Disney, you always have a $200 million budget.
Yeah.
Let's be very generous to this thing, and we'll assume they just have the old 50% budget, so it's another 100 million, and we'll say they get to keep half of what they make. 600 million to break even. There's a world where it doesn't hit that
Hmm.
at the current rate. We'll have to see what the second weekend does, because it might have a decent second weekend hold just because the first weekend number wasn't that high
Yeah.
as these things are measured. Um, but it's not quite the. I don't. This movie doesn't see a billion. Like there's no way.
No. No, it's not gonna hit a billion. It will probably do. I don't even think it's gonna do like Thor: Love and Thunder numbers.
No, I mean considering that Thor Love. Ah, my browser remembers that we keep looking up Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, Thor Love and Thunder maxed
Seven
out around
hundred.
760.
Yeah.
Um, what was its opening weekend? Um,
Uh,
da, 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 da,
100.
144. So yeah, I was like 40 million ahead, but it also came
Yeah.
out in the summer, and February is not a great time for movies.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that's enough of a well-worn topic. Part of the
Mhm.
problem with these Marvel movies is that they keep having the same trajectory, so it gets very boring to talk about.
Yeah, well, yeah. They have these big opening weekends because everybody, all the fans of hardcore fans of Marvel, are going to go see it opening weekend.
Yep.
A, because they're hardcore fans, they want to see it, and then B, they don't want to get spoiled,
Right.
and so they'll go see it, and then if they don't like it that much, they're not going to go see it again.
Right. And if and you might drift into the theaters a few weeks after if you're kind of a lukewarm Marvel fan. Although, Disney has now trained us. Hey guys, if you don't really care that much, just wait 45 days.
Right. Yeah.
Sponge off of someone's Disney Plus account or set up your own.
Yes.
Um, as so as far as other movies that are in here, we still have Avatar: The Way of Water holding in there,
Yeah.
although
Went
it's
went up
definitely
to
slowing down.
Yeah. Well, although it went up to second, I think it was third last week, wasn't it? Or no, it was
Yeah,
oh
I
no,
think
it
that
was second. Yeah.
it was behind Magic Mike.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it was second last weekend.
Okay.
James Cameron versus James Cameron here with the Titanic re-release.
Yeah, of course.
Puss in Boots is still up there. Um, A Knock at the Cabin is doing all right. I'm not sure what its budget is, but it's 31 million for. I have to assume that no one's given M Night Shyamalan $100 million budgets at this point.
No, I would assume probably around 50.
Uh, now, as somebody who doesn't really care for the M Night movies he's seen and isn't much of a fan of horror, I would say, give this a skip. As a Comcast Universal shareholder, go buy 6 tickets, please. um, as far as other movies, I noticed that Magic Mike had a pretty decent hold. It only dipped 35%, but they also just about doubled the number of theaters it was in from
Oh,
1,500-ish to 3,000-ish.
that's interesting.
Yeah, so uh, part of it is just that people or the movie theaters only have so many screens to show. So it
Mhm.
could be that Avatar shedding some theaters. Knock at the Cabin shed 1,000 theaters
Wow.
since last week. So that probably ended up being where Magic Mike picked up some theater capacity.
Okay.
Uh, as far as other ones I was looking at that I thought looked interesting, Magic Mike is again it's holding decently, but I'm not sure if it's going to make back the $40 million budget.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
At least not with maybe not in the theaters.
Yeah.
Um, a Man Called Otto. I think it's done making money. I think that this was. I think that this was seriously an attempt at getting Tom Hanks hey, Tom Hanks is about to die or retire
Yeah.
pity Oscar, and I just with its poignancy and it just actually coming in January, might have been intended for that, but putting it out in January tells us that
No. Yeah.
that, that somebody said no, this isn't quite there. Okay, no,
Although it did have a limited release. Yeah.
right, Oscar qualifying run. There we go.
Right. Yeah. There
So
you go.
but that didn't work out for it.
No. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Um, Now DEG finally updated its home numbers.
Yeah.
So we have some new items here. Black Panther debuts at number 1, which not surprising.
Nope.
Because again, you're gonna now people who don't have a Disney Plus subscription are going to pick it up on some sort of digital home video or whatnot, or maybe they didn't catch it in the theaters and they're like, I'll just wait for it to come out because when you think about it, it came out in what, November?
Yes.
We're 3 months out. That's a really short window before you could just wait for it to come to home theater.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that's not much time at all. Yeah.
Kind of reduces your drive to go see things in the theater.
Yeah.
You've got Alice Darling, which we looked at that earlier before the show, and it is a Anna Kendrick vehicle of all dates or of all things. And
Yeah.
it looks like it's dramatic, which is not what I associate with Anna Kendrick. So that's interesting, I suppose.
Yeah. And it kind of reads like a Lifetime movie of the week plot.
Also, international box office of 5,877 with absolutely no American box office. This is clearly just made for go straight to video.
Yeah.
Um, as, as far as other things here, Ticket to Paradise popped from 10 to 5th, and that makes sense because it's the week of Valentine's.
Mhm. Yeah, need the date night movie.
Yep. Black Adam dipped after a few weeks at number 1,
Mm.
which I would be curious to know how much of the announcements that DC was making a few weeks before that impacted it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we basically told you that nothing here was going to carry on. Uh,
Yeah.
that Whitney Houston biopic that came out hit video.
Hmm.
Devotion came in and hit video. Which that actually stars Kang over here.
Yeah, and I think the other guy is Hangman from Top Gun Maverick.
Hmm. Yeah, it does look like him.
Yeah.
Man, don't want to get typecast as as an airplane guy.
Yeah.
Devotion, I'd consider seeing. See, I don't really want to see Ant-Man, but I do want to see if Jonathan Majors is worth all the hype. It's like
Yeah.
that. This would be on my list of things I would consider, renting to just check out because
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Um, Boy, this is an attractive image: a woman vomiting firework or confetti.
Yeah. That's
Triangle of
a
Sadness.
that's an Oscar nominated that's a Best Picture movie, I think.
Mm,
So is Elvis.
yep. Harry Potter Complete Collection, The Locksmith.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I discovered that A24 Pictures is a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, so this is t-
Ah, Warner
technically
Brothers.
a Warner Brothers movie.
Okay. Hmm.
Legion of
Dominion.
Superheroes. The hell is
What?
Legion of?
Oh, is it the animated
Oh,
movie?
it's an animated one. So that's interesting that managed to pop in the top 20 overall. That actually is that makes the whole choice to make a Supergirl standalone movie make some more sense.
Yeah.
Tar, Pray for the Devil. This fall movie just keeps holding in there.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, like not a whole lot surprising here.
Nope.
Nothing weird like Yu Yu Hakusho inexplicably having its season 1 release show up in here.
Yeah.
Oh well, uh, they can't all be fascinating, but it's just the, we don't make the news; we just report it.
Indeed.
Why, in fact, if we were to go out there and start editing things, we'd be